Welcome back to Talk Tottenham. Chelsea 2, Spurs 0. Another London derby defeat for Tottenham. But what happened? We started slowly with a mistake from Sarr allowing Nicholas Jackson to get in behind our high line and beat Vicario, only for the quickest player in the league, Mickey van der Ven, to get back and clear the ball before it crossed the line. Mickey's clearance hit Cole Palmer but fortunately didn't go in. In the 10th minute, Tottenham could have had a penalty. Emerson pulled back in the box by ex-Spurs Academy player Noni Madueke, but as we are used to seeing this season, the referee waves away our penalty appeals, and we know that VAR won't overrule the ref's decision unless the ref's mistake is really embarrassing, like when Michael Oliver somehow didn't instantly give a penalty for the foul on Ben Davies against Arsenal. Then, in the 24th minute, Spurs conceded yet again from, you guessed it, a set piece. Brennan Johnson, who was marking the goal scorer, was deliberately blocked off by Cucurella to allow Chalobah a free header to score. VAR spent a long time analysing the challenge, but just like with the penalty incident, the decision went Chelsea's way, and another match where Spurs concede a set piece goal. The Chelsea players and fans were up. Palmer glid past Bissouma and found Mudryk, whose shot was just off target. We are not used to seeing Ange Postecoglou being animated on the touchline, with him preferring to stay calm whether we're winning or losing. But Ange was furious. He was screaming at the whole Spurs team, especially Romero and Sarr. The whole team looked like they were sleepwalking and in a London derby. In the 37th minute, what a chance. A beautiful cross by Pedro Porro from a free kick won by Richarlison. Porro found Romero, who headed agonisingly wide. Romero was superb last match against Arsenal, but he should have scored more goals with 3 great headed chances missed. An area for improvement for sure for Kuti. Half-time, Chelsea 1, Spurs 0. Chelsea, the better side. The Spurs players went in with their heads down, obviously knowing how Ange was going to speak to them in the dressing room. The beginning of the first half saw more energy from Spurs, but not much improvement in quality. In the 63rd minute, Ange had seen enough. He made a triple substitution. Bissouma, Sarr, Richarlison off. Hojbjerg, Bentancur, Maddison on. It did not have the desired impact. In the 72nd minute, it was 2-0 to Chelsea. A sloppy tackle by Kulusevski gave away a free kick in a great position. Palmer took it, he hit the woodwork, and the Spurs players were slow to react. Hojbjerg and Sonny collided to prevent either of them being able to clear it before it went into the back of the net. What a shambles. 2 goals conceded from set pieces for 2 matches in a row. On the 78th minute, Ange took off Brennan Johnson and brought on Bryan Hill. It was a strange choice of substitution considering our manager has hardly used the winger all season, and there was Lo Celso still on the bench, who of course is not a winger, but surely is a far greater attacking threat than the Spaniard. Ange did use Gio, but only in the 84th minute for Emerson Royal. The Argentinian midfielder has barely had any minutes on the pitch lately. It's very odd, as he has been fully fit and all of our midfielders have not shown any consistent form since earlier on in the season. Lo Celso looked really bright in the last few minutes. If only he had more chance to have more time on the pitch to have a greater impact. Gio actually created 3 chances during the match, more than any other Spurs player, despite barely any time to do so. It finished Chelsea 2, Spurs 0, both goals from set pieces, which we just don't know how to defend. Not intense enough in aerial challenges, not streetwise enough, and not up to the challenge of competing in a proper London derby. Spurs have had 6 really intense London derbies, home and away, to Chelsea, Arsenal and West Ham. 6 matches, 0 wins. No chance of any bragging rights for Spurs fans this season, and pretty much no chance of Champions League football next season. That's 3 defeats in a row, with Liverpool at Anfield next.